Behind, aren't we? Start a timer, and I did have a chair somewhere.
Right here. Sorry, I just want to give you more tea than
Thank you.
love.
Appreciate that, yeah. Okay, good to see you. Thanks for joining me for another day of fun and games. That's what this is. You wanted to see math, right?
Yeah.
Okay. How to teach math. We're going to do some multiplication. So multiplication is where you add, basically it's like fast addition, where you're trying to add groups of the same, let's say any amount. So when you're multiplying, you're going to add groups of the what amount? Of the S, lift up, A, and reach over, M, and then reach out over there. E, yes. Of the same amount would be multiplication. So, having that in mind, let's do that. We use this all the time. So for instance, let's say that you went to a party. And at the party, there were 3 tables. So, how many tables do we have at our party? Go ahead. 3. This is 3 groups. And at every table, you had 1, 2, 3, 4 chairs. So if we're adding, we go 4 plus 4 plus 4. The way we write that when we multiply is 3 groups of 4, so 3 times 4. And what's that equal? You can multiply it right now, right inside of your face. 3 times 4, 4 plus 4 plus 4 equals, reach out. 1 and a 2. Yeah, it equals 12. So that's how it works there, is that you have groups of the same and you're multiplying. Now let's say that you went to a different party and they had square tables, and they happened to have 4 tables there. At every table, they had 4 chairs. If you were adding, you'd say 4 plus 4 plus 4 plus 4. But if you're multiplying, what are you going to say? What do you think you'd say? How would you write that as a multiplication problem? 4, then reach out, times, and 4. Good, you'd say 4 times 4. 4 times 4 equals, reach out. After you calculate it, 1 and a 6. Excellent job. 16. That's how you do the multiplication there. Now, multiplication has everything to do with skip counting. If you want to know about how to get their multiplication answers, you can do that by knowing how to skip count, C-O-U-N-N-T. So if you want to get good at multiplication, you get good at doing what? S, reach over. K, and then you've really improved your aim. Go higher. All the way to it. I, and then reach down. P, the jingsha, when I said that. Skip, reach out. That happens sometimes, don't worry about it. You get right back on track. Skip, reach out. Hey, where's your hand? I'm gonna do a few. I don't point anymore, sorry about that. You said I was good at it now. Mastered, done spelling. I gotta keep going. Okay, skip, right, go ahead. Get the C there. Get the C. You can do your own word after. C, got a C, C, then O, and down to it. All the way there. U, and reach out. N, and T, skip count. So for instance, with 2s, it's pretty easy. 2, skip 3, you do 2 more, and it becomes 4. 2 plus 2 is 4. 4 plus 2 is 6. 6 plus 2 is 8. 8 plus 2 is 10. 2, 4, 6, 8 plus 2 is? Plus 2 is what? 1 and 2. 12 plus 2 is what? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. 1 and 14. The next one will be 1 and 6, 16. Then 1 and reach out. 1 and what? Keep going, fast as you can. Speed. 8, 18. Then it will be 2 and 0, 20. Then it will be 2 and careful. 2, 22. Then it will be 2 and 4, 24, right? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24. So if you go 2 times 1 is 2. 2 groups of 2 is 4. 2 groups of 3 is 6. 2 groups of 4 is 8, right? Just follow it around. So 2 times 1, 2 times 2, 2 times 3, 2 times 4, 2 times 5. What's 2 times 20? 2 times what equals 24? 2 times, reach out. Yeah. 2 times what equals 24? How you can see it? What is that? Count it out. Count it out. 2 times, go ahead. Make it through. 8. Get those hands up. 2 groups of what equals 24? Ready? Did you count? Get that hand, keep on, just use your right hand then. Reach out. Wash your hand. Pow, pow, pow. 1 and 2. Yes, 2 times 12, 2 times 11, 2 times 10. That's how you figure that out. So now let's count by 3s. 3. What's next? Oops. 3. Now what's next? Oops, fix it. Ready? Get that back on. 3 plus 3 is 6 plus 3 is 9 plus 3 is, reach out, 1, 2, 12 plus 3 is 1 and 5, 15 plus 3 is, good. So notice this, 3, 6, 9, 12, 15. 3 times 1 is 3, 3 times 2 is 6, 3 times 3 is 9, 3 times 4 is 12, 3 times 5 is 15. Does that make sense? How skip counting goes together? Oops. With multiplication? Yes, it makes sense or no? Wait, reach out. Yep, right here. I start to stack letters, numbers in. Yes, it makes sense or no, it doesn't. Reach out. Y, lift up, E, and S. Yeah, so it makes sense. So that's how multiplication works. Now, 2 plus 2 equals 4. So guess what? 4 times 1 is 4. 4 times 2 is 8. 4 times 3 is 12. 4 times 4 is 16. 4 times 5 is 20. 4 times 6 is 24. Do you notice a pattern there? The 4s are, the answers to 4s are what in relation to 2? E, then come to what you need. V, then E and R, then Y, every O, and reach out. Keep going. Every O and T, then H and E, then R, every other O and N, then E. Exactly. So you keep going, you can figure that out. So now look at 6s. 6 times 1 is 6. 6 times 2 is 12. See? 6 is just 3 plus 3 equals 6. And then you're going to figure out that those answers are just every other answer for the 3 times tables. That's how multiplication works. So you're going to see how you can kind of show him patterns like that. That's what I would do. And then he can memorize them better and understand the concepts. So you got story problems so that you can kind of give him like life application as well as the logic for how they are formed and how you do them. So if you memorize, it makes it much faster. And you can get them. Let's just check something. Let me just see what you have happening. See, you're really interested in those numbers. So I'm curious about what your abilities are with this so far. Let's just throw out a few of them. 3 times 4. 1, 2. Let's do 3 times 8. 3 times 8. 8, 2, and 3. Almost. 3 times 8. It's okay. Think it through. 3 times 8. 2 and 4. Okay, let's do 3 times 9. 2, 7. Let's do 4 times 8. See if you can figure it out. 4 times 8. 3, 2. Let's do 5 times 6. 3 and 31, close. It's actually 30. Yeah, 30. So everything times 5 either ends with a 0 or a 5. All right. So you look if you got some good skills, still need to practice them so the aim and calculations are right on. So that was pretty good. Okay. Good job. What do you plan on doing with that? You want to look at those numbers. You love numbers. Numbers, numbers, numbers. Numbers, numbers, numbers. Numbers, numbers, numbers. You're going to look at that for a while. I'm going to give this to your mom so you can handle the rest of your section. Okay, and look at those numbers. Okay, here we are. That paper was fun. Is there something else you want me to look at with him on math?
Subtraction.
Subtraction.
So he's getting confused when I'm moving.
Back and forth?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think addition is perfect, like you only
Yes.
told last time. In subtraction, I think he has some.
Something going on.
Yeah.
Okay, so when we subtract, S-U-B-T-R-A-C-T, we make what? More or less of something. L, then E, and S, then S. We make less of something. So since you've been taught how to add and subtract, we're going to do a little bit with this. So when you add something, say you said 3 plus 1. 3 plus 1 will be 4. 3 minus 1 will be 2. There's 1 underneath that. So let's look at 6. 6 plus 1 is 7. 6 minus 1 is 5. Let's look at 9. 9 plus 1 is 1, 0. 9 minus 1 is 8. Very good. So 9 plus 1 is 10. 9 minus 1 is 8. Okay, now let's look at, we're going to pull these aside. You just want to grab and grab and grab and grab all the papers and boards and put them together in piles. It's becoming an OCD. There, it's all piled for you. Okay, now let's look at, let's do our number with 7. 7 plus 1, 7 minus 1. Okay, 7 plus 1 is 8. 7 minus 1 is 6. Very good. So now let's do bigger numbers. Let's deal with 20. 20 plus 2 and 20 minus 2. 20 plus 2 is, reach out, 2 and 2. Yep. Then minus 2 is 1 and reach out, 8. Good. 22 compared to 18. So we got a 4 there. Now I'm going to switch it on you. Let's do 34 minus 3 and 34 plus 3. 34 minus 3 is going to be, reach out, 3 and 7. And then 34, oh, that was plus, huh? That's what you got to try. I say wait. So you need the addition there. So 34 minus 3. Do minus, sorry. 3 and 1. Good. See, I got confused too. Okay, I almost gave it to you. 34 plus 3. 3 and 7. Good. Now we're going to see, we're going to check ourselves. Ready? All right. 68 minus, let's say 10. And 68 plus 10. 68 minus 10 is 0. Oops, 68 minus 10. 5 and 8. Yes, make sure I did it right. Okay, 68 plus 10. Reach out. 7, 8. Good. Now let's do 77 plus 3 and 77 minus 3. So 77 plus 3 is what? 8 and almost 80. Yeah, not 81. 80. Okay, 77 minus 3 is, reach out. Raise your hand. 77 minus 3 is 7, 4. Yes, 74. All right. So now we're going to talk about Fred. Fred had 35 cookies. His brother ate 12 of them. How many cookies does Fred have left? All right, so what kind of problem are we doing here? Fred has 35 cookies, his brother eats 12 cookies, how much does he have left? Doing a minus problem, that's right, minus problem. And what's our problem going to be? It's going to be 3 and reach out, 5 minus, reach out, 1 and a 2. 35 minus 1 and a 2. Can you tell me what the answer is? 35 minus 1 and 2 is, reach out, 2 and 3. Yes, 23. So he has 23 cookies left. And let's spell cookies for good measure. Reach out. C and O, then K and I, then E and oops, cookies, there you go. All right, now we're going to talk about a guy named Sanjay. Sanjay was at the store with $39. He spent 21 on some toy cars. How much does Sanjay have left? So will we add or subtract in this case? We will reach out, subtract, okay? We got 39 minus $21. Okay, so what we have, we get through 1 and reach out 6, almost. Do 9 minus 1. 9 minus 1 is 8, okay? 3 minus 2 is 1. Good, 18. There. The tricky thing with math is that, like with letters, if they miss aim, it's usually obvious. With math, it can be a calculation error or it can be a missing error, right there. So what I would watch for is if, unless it's something like where you go 8 minus 4 and he gets 9 and goes like that, then you can tell it's a missing because he's just below it. Other than that, if he hits like 3, count that as the answer. So interact with it that way, just because most of us miscalculate sometimes. So then it's a little bit more, or like there where he was just a couple off. He flipped it around in his head for some reason or something, I'm assuming. Because it was 6, 1, 6, not 1, 8, which is a bigger gap.
Right.
So, because some people are like, oh, they know everything, they never get anything wrong with math. And I'm going, no, they do. It's just a little misaimed. It looks like, oh, they just misaimed, but it's actually a miscalculation there. So just keep that in mind. But you might already do that. But I bring it up because people I hear that all the time. Oh, you can do everything. I'm like, wait, no, we misaimed it. So, okay, you're going to do this. Oh my goodness. Hey. You have to do it to be a little disorganized. I'm going to bug your OCD. Okay, so there we go. So I would just keep working on it a little bit like that, and I think you'll be fine. Just has to be used to going back and forth. It'll be good. Because you understand the concept just fine. So you understand less. It's just getting that to happen. Okay, do you have any comments about your math moments? You don't have to. I'm just asking. Any comments about your math moments? And oh no. Okay. Is there anything else that you want me to work on like that? Specific, or I can go on to other things, but I want to make sure I do what you want to do first.
The motto part, if you could just show me like how. So I mean, we always make them say bye and.
Oh yes. Okay. Working on hello, goodbye, all that kind of cool stuff. Okay. Have a seat in your chair. Bye. Thanks. All right. So we're gonna work on you being able to wave to someone. So let's just pretend that your mom walked in the door, and it feels good to people when you greet them. G-R-E-E-T. So when someone comes in, it feels good when you do what? G, R, then E, E, and T. Yeah, why do you think it feels good to be greeted? For some people. I, T, M, A, K, E, S, it makes, T, H, E, and M, it makes them. It makes them, reach out. It makes them. G and E, then T, get. It makes them get. L and reach out. E, O and V, then reach out. You got L-E-O-V, reach out. E and D. It makes them get loved with a loved. Excuse me. It makes them get loved. So they start feeling loved, right? Because you acknowledge their existence. So it's not that it's better you don't, but it will help if you can get that greeting with your waving. Because it's harder to talk right now. Or you can try saying hi. Do you want to work on saying hi right now, or do you want to work on waving your hand? Waving, good idea. I'll start with that and you can do hi later on. So let's say your mom walked in. You got to get your hands to go like this. You can use either hand, and you want to use it like that. Yeah, how do you wave? You wave like that? Wave. You want to point like that? Would you like to practice going like this, with your fingers bending like this? Hey. Or do you want to practice waving like that? So bent fingers or whole hand waving back and forth, shaking. So hand shaking or bent fingers. What do you want to practice? I'll teach you which one you want. How do you want to be what kind of hi do you want to give people? Hi, or do you want to go like that? Yeah, hi, or hi. I'll do the waving back and forth. Okay, we'll do the waving back and forth. V and E wave. T, okay? So you're just checking out T, both waves. H, E, the H and A, then N and, oops, okay, right there. And normally we go like that unless they're little kids. And I'm like, bye, mom. With your mom, we'll do wave the hand. There you are. We're going to go bye-bye now. So same move for hi and bye, right? You just shake that hand. So we're going to work on that. So if someone's there, like that. Get your hand to wave up. Put your hand up and wave back and forth. Good. That was good. First, if you start like that, that's a good idea. Like that. Yeah, okay. Now you have a self-command to wave your hand. Let's say mom walks in. How do you want to tell yourself that? So give yourself a command. R, careful, I, and S, H, A, N, W, and probably over there. A, W, A, there you go. W, A, V, and E, wave, H, E, and reach out, L, and wave hello, 2 L's. Okay. Sean, wave hello. So let's have you practice reading that. Ready? Sean, wave hello. Okay, you're going to do it? Okay, now read it by yourself. Oh, gotta get the motor movement in, that's hard. We have to go on cue. Sean, wave hello. Okay, do it by yourself. Good? You okay? Back and forth? Good. That was good. You tried that. So you go high like that. That's a good way to do it. So you just walk in like that. Hi. Hi. Like that. Like that. Yeah. Hi. Perfect. Okay? If you want to say goodbye, like bye. That's good enough. Okay. Now you want to say goodbye. Let's say your mom's going to leave the room. What are you going to say? R, I, S, H, A, N, Rishon, W, and that way. A and V, then E, wave, B, then Y, and reach there. E, okay? Same movement. Okay, so you're gonna do this. You open your hand up like that. I would squat like that. Just bye. Bye. Like that. Okay, now you do it. Read it. Sean, wave, bye. Okay, lift your hand up. Okay. There you are. Okay, let's work on that. So then practice for a while because it's harder for him to get that grasp open. You can also work on open your hand, work on those movements. Anything you want to do that way. What you're doing, you guys, you and I are having this little competition of who can push the table and pull it back fastest. Who's winning right now, you or me? M and A, you're winning, fine. I'm gonna try and win. Okay, so, yes, that is a good skill to learn. And you can just open your hand, I like that. Just open your hand up, because all the time that's what we do. And it feels, it's there, but they can say it. So wave bye, like that. Wave bye. And do your hair, too. Wave bye, like that. Good. See, that's more natural for you, just go like that. Yeah, good. Like that. Okay, so practice that. Wave bye. Good, that can work too, bye. You can say it, or you're trying to say bye and your voice too. Bye. Good. Awesome. Okay, wait a minute. I gotta win this. Okay. Now you got this. Anything else?
For reading, so he can read like a single line and then like he would match the picture like with the sentence. But when the sentences is like, let's say like if it's a small piece and then it's like this, like on line, then he's not able to
do as well.
Yeah.
Okay. You probably want to get the book.
Yeah. I mean, it's a single sentence. I mean,
Yeah, that's good. Here, let me invite that. There. This book I'd probably get if I were you. The same as booklet on reading. So I'll show you how to start that. That'll help develop the visual skills of reading. Yeah. You can get it on Kindle for online, Amazon, or you can buy it from Halo in print.
Okay.
Okay. So let's do this. Monosyllable word, that means one syllable words. We're going to do it first, and you're going to work on pointing and looking while we read out loud. So we're going to develop your visual skills so that they can start reading bigger pages. T-H-E, the boy is not in the house with his dog. Okay? So your job is to do two things for me. You need to look the whole time the best you can, and you need to point to each word. Okay? So let's start that. You ready? The boy is not in the house with his dog. All right? Okay, great. I like it. So that was nice looking at it. So, who is not in the house? The boy, all right? And what animal does he have? With his dog. Exactly. All right? Now, the boy went to school in a large bus. So where is he? You get? Look at this and point with your finger. Put that on the page. The boy went to school. Just keep going, keep looking. In a large bus. So where did he go? Yeah, to school. And what did he get to school in? Large bus. Exactly. Went to school in a large bus. The bus is not at the school, but broke down. That's sad. Ready? Gonna read now? Ready? The bus is not at the school but broke down. What happened to the bus? Broke down. All right, you add the next sentence in for me, and this time it's going to be one syllable words. T-H-E, the, good. B and U, S, the bus. The bus. Good job. The bus. I. S is M-O-S-T, most. M and A, D, most mad. T, O, to, B, E, to be. B, and then R, next O, and B-R-O, is that right? K, and then E. Very good. The bus is most mad to be broke. So now you're going to read this point each letter as word as you read. Look at it the whole time. I'm pretty good at that, actually. I'm pretty impressed. The bus is most mad. Look down. Okay, keep your eyes in the paper. You looked away when you went down there. Keep those eyes there. Mad. Keep going. To be broke. All right. What's the emotions of the bus? You personified it. That means you made it act like a person. That's kind of fun. Mad. Yes. Got a mad bus. The bus screamed and yelled at a dog in the street. Ready? Ready? Good. This is a very fun. This is a very fun story. Ready? Right here. Look up. Look down. Look down. Reach out. The bus screamed and yelled at a dog in the street. So when the bus was mad, how did it act? It screamed and yelled at who? A dog. Yes. Mean bus. All right, now what I'm going to have you do is we're going to see how well you do just reading this whole page now with all these sentences here. It's a big jump. I'm just going to check it out. But you actually had lots of the time you did a really good job as you look at this page. Okay, so we're going to try and see if your eyes can stay on the page the entire time and you point to every word. You ready? The boy is not in the house with his dog. The boy went to school in a large bus. Careful. The bus is not at the school but broke down. The bus is most mad to be broke. The bus screamed and yelled at a dog in the street. Good. That's pretty good. He had a couple times he skipped, but he looked the whole time, which is a big deal. So then we'll have to work on it where he also just reads without you reading it out loud. But I do that first to get them, trying to get the visual built there. That's what I would do with him, is just start building that visual field with that book. Follow that book's kind of how it goes until he can handle the whole page without looking away and keep the rhythm. That way he can get to the point that he can start turning pages and reading on his own if he can keep his hand in control there. That's kind of the idea. Might take some time. We don't know how long it will take, but it works. All right, anything else?
No.
Okay, sounds good. All right. So let's have some fun now. It's time for a party. If this was a party, what would you want to do? A lesson party. T, H, A, and T, that. I, S, is, A, G, and S, R, then E, and H, A, then T, great. That is a great Q. And U, then. That is a great Q, U. Gonna eat me up, delicious. Wait, raise your hand. Q, U, E, then, and S, and T, then I, and O, then N. That is a great question, okay? Good, because I'm asking it. And you're gonna answer it now. That is a great, I'm just checking to make sure you see if you have an opinion. If you don't, then I will give you what I'm going to do. That is a great question. What was that? Yes, okay. T, H, E, T, H, I, N, the thing, S, T, H, A, and the thing that I, W, the thing that I, W, A, N, T, want, T, O, to, C, D, O, do, I, and S, is, M, A, and K, then E, make, A, C, then A, and K, then, oops, careful, J. You want to make a cake? That sounds way too much for a session. Okay. The thing I want to do is make a cake. So at home, maybe you can go do that with your mom if she's agreeable to that. Or your dad. Maybe he likes to make cakes. But for you and I, we will draw a cake for this session. And then you're going to tell a story about the cake you drew. So we're going to work on our art skills, you and me, and tell we have a nice looking cake. And you're going to tell me what you want your cake to look like, step by step. So we're going to make a cake in drawing. Okay? So here we go. So here we are. Make a cake. What shape of cake are you planning on making? The shape of your cake. Do you want it to be like a cylinder shape? Do you want it to be rectangular? Do you want it to be square? Do you want it to be triangular cake? What kind of shape do you want? S and Q, then U and A, then drop your hand. R and E. You would like a square cake. So put your shape up here. It's going to be square. All right, so we got to make it three-dimensional. So here is our cake. You ready? You left-handed? Awesome. I'll pretend like I'm left-handed. So here's how you make a square like this. We're going to make it have depth. So we're going to draw a square like this. Okay? We're going to get the sides on this too, the square cake. You ready? Use your hand. Now you're going to draw a square, remember? Then go up, then come down. Oops, you're going to go that. Come down, then go over. So hold on top properly. You're going to pull like that. Keep going. Then go up. Or you can come down like that. Our time's up. That stinks. Okay. Fine, tell me one more design you want to have on your cake. What do you want to put on your cake? I thought I had 10 minutes. I'm going to check my time. That feels like it went too fast. C, A, N, and D, then you want a candy? Ooh, candy on your cake. That's cool. That's it. Let me check our time. No, it's 40 minutes. Okay. We talk. Candy. So we'd have square candy. I'm just gonna write the things down, and when you go home, you can see if your mom wants to do it or tell you for a special occasion. Candy on the square cake. What kind? Are you thinking like chocolate? You're thinking vanilla cake, strawberry swirl. I don't know. What kind of cake are you thinking about? B, C, which one? D. Oh, B, C, D. B, C, D. I don't know what that kind of cake is. C and H, then C, H, O and C, then C, then O and L, then A and T, then E. Chocolate. You want a chocolate cake with candy on it. If you use really dark chocolate, it's called devil's cake. Devil's cake with chocolate, with candy, I mean. So what kind of candy do you think, what kind of design do you think you want to make with this cake? You're thinking, you're making me hungry. I'm going to go buy a cake at lunchtime. B-U-T, put, I have to go cake a cake. You want to go get, this should stay around so you can go get cake together. Put a, H, and what are we going to do? Put a what? G, R, E, E, put a green. This is going to be interesting. I like this. Wait a second. Put a green. Put a green. Wait, where's your hand? Hand. Yeah. Put a green. Green what? I'm curious. You're on this. It says devil's cake with candy on it. Green. N. M. O. N. E. S. T. Ooh. E and our monster. I. N. In. H. C. E and N. Then T and E. Oh goodness, this is gonna be good. Put a green monster in the center. Oops, got the monster part. Okay, monster in center. Okay, then candy around. This is gonna be a good cake. All right, see if you can convince your mom to do that with you. And if you do, go ahead and send it to me in Utah. I'd love to eat it. Okay, and I've got your mom down. You can go and, I guess, organize everything if you'd like to. All right. Do you have any questions about anything going forward?
No, how do you do that?
Yeah, you can do a little bit of art with him too if you want to do with him, or he might be interested in cake making. Is he like a birthday or anything coming up, or is he just?
Yeah, his birthday is October 4. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I know what your cake looks like for birthday. Getting monster. Happy birthday, Rashawn. With the candy around it. Devil's cake. Does he like chocolate? Or is he? No. Okay.
He doesn't eat sweet much.
Oh, okay. He just wrote chocolate. Probably the big one.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, everyone else can eat it, or you can send it to me. Maybe I can fly out for your birthday. Oh wait, I'm actually in Texas. Sorry about that. But send it to Dallas, Texas. I'll be there. You can just send me your cake and I'll eat it for you. I'll even take video of it so you can feel like you're eating it since you don't want to eat it. Okay, go ahead. What questions?
So how can we encourage more open-ended? Like now, so he's open-ended with me if he's really mad or like he really wants something. Yeah. So the other day, like he wanted to go up and he didn't drink his medicine, so I was forcing him, and he got mad at me, and he went to Dad and was pulling his hand, and then I gave him the letterboard, and he said, "Mama, not love. Mama, not."
Okay, that was a nice phrase. No. Okay, I I would probably say do more story writing with your lessons.
Okay.
So do like a lesson on, say you talk about Egypt. Then it has to say, now do a story about being a mummy in Egypt or something like that. Or or do poetry. So like when his birthday's coming up, you could like do birthday and do acrostic poems. So give me a word for B. Now I for birthday. Goes with it. So poetry or stories. So still attach them to the lessons.
Okay.
And then you might see a little bit more. And then you could also have like do like an art project where he tells you what he wants you to draw, or he wants to learn how to draw. So like the cake thing, you do something like that.
Right.
So I would keep it still within the academic range, because that can build, it will build the skill up and the fluency first, and then to help build the trust of that. Because obviously he trusts you, that's not the issue, it's more him getting more comfortable with that dynamic of the relationship of going back and forth.
Okay.
And some kids are really into talking all the time, and some is like their lessons, and then they're good to do it, then they're done, you know.
Yes,
So
maybe
yeah,
that's where I was going
it
wrong,
could
because I'm
be-
going personal rather than.
Yes, so it could be something like that. So if you build up the other things first and kind of have a laughing relationship in a session where it's kind of fun discussion,
Right.
so that it's on the topic there, you might see more success in general conversation, because it might be more fun to design a cake and create that way than it is to say, let's talk about your day, let's think about pain, where it kind of becomes, I don't really,
Right,
because usually if there's a lot of pain, like he'll come up, okay, yeah, I'm really mad, I don't,
Yeah.
he'll usually come up with something like that.
Right.
So I would say, do it more in the context of lesson, and that way if you're saying you're having a family gathering, you say, we're trying to plan a vacation, where do you want to go? So then it will work out better, because he's already planned out a fake birthday cake, or he's already planned out those kind of things
Right,
with himself. And say if you ask him about his birthday, say, what do you want for your birthday? And then he's like, nothing, whatever it is. And you can start doing a lesson on the types of things you can buy, different categories, So that generates some ideas, so you can start thinking about, what I like to do with books, what I like to have, okay, there's like sports out there, what kind of things do I want to learn to motor plants or whatever. So if you give him lessons on the things you want to discuss with him, it usually will go better. So say you're going to go to a wedding and you wanted to, pick out his clothes for the wedding. If you talked about weddings and how it looks or whatever, or the culture around the certain weddings or whatever, and then said, now let's think about what you'd want to wear yourself. Or tell a story about someone who went to a wedding. So the more you make a lesson to generate idea, you'll get more thoughts. Even with there's a boy who wore earmuffs and they're like trying to figure out things about him. So I just gave him a lesson about sound, and then he on his own accord came up, oh, I think it's this and this. So he gave me some sound ideas about the sound that was going on. Whereas if I think we'd said, is there something with your ears, we might not have gotten the same information as when he started thinking about, oh, that's how it's supposed to be. Sometimes they're having sensory things or whatever's going on with them that they're not even aware of that's different. So they wouldn't know to tell you that there's something up.
Right.
It might come out in a poem where it says like, the yellow madness filled the room. And then oh, they're seeing color with emotion. Or those kind of things can happen where they might see some kids here. I have one kid, they said that he saw green whenever he was in church, that whenever they played music, green would go across. So then he's hearing sound with color. But he's always done that, so he would never know it was a unique experience, that no one else is seeing green when the band's playing,
Yeah.
So lots of these things that could be going on, either they might be kind of cloaking and hiding, or they don't even know it's unique. So by giving lessons on these types of things, they might be able to pull out a bit more for you. And poetry sometimes does that, because naturally with poetry you can be a little bit more poetic with words, and so sometimes you'll get that. It might not be symbolism is what I'm saying. Like Tito, someone says a lot of times his poems are not symbolic, they're actually what he's experiencing. So he says the rice by the window, there's it's actually he smells rice by a window. That's what's actually happening to him. And no one else is doing that. So it's becoming aware sometimes of things that you would never even fathom sometimes. Like, oh, that's how they're processing this world. No wonder that's happening. No wonder he's not coming when I ask, because of how whatever's going on.
Right.
So yeah, do lessons before you have discussions at this point, and then you'll get better information. Okay. All right, we'll look forward to seeing you again, hopefully. They come in December though, right?
Right, yeah.
Great. Okay. So have more fun then. Then reading is actually a good thing for the speech teachers sometimes to do.
Okay.
They have